Hey, YouTube. Y'all here? Well, I'm going to jump right into it. I'm not going to sing y'all no music, at least not in this moment. But it looks like, remember when the Youngblood versus TD Jakes case, and they left 10 spaces open saying that there were co-conspirators, which will be added later. Well, apparently now this co-conspirator, number one, is Larry Reid Live, which makes a lot of sense since it was his broadcast that brought about all this. Correct? But there are such serious accusations in this filing today. Correct? Larry Reid is being accused of paying Youngblood to come onto the to his page and tell this story, including TD Jakes. He knew all about the money plot, the $6 million plot. And what is being suggested is that Larry Reid had an arrangement with Youngblood that he would pay him for his appearance, and that he would Youngblood would make money by appearing on his show because of his following. Correct? But there was also a stipulation that if the person suing the accused, if the person suing him, that would be Youngblood, gets money out of TD Jakes. If he gets $6 million, that Larry Reid was entitled to part of that settlement. This other people would cover this thing, but I believe this is some big news to suggest that this whole thing was a plot to extort Bishop TD Jakes out of $6 million, and that Larry Reid was well aware of it the entire time, and that he was to receive a cut, and this is in writing. That is what's being suggested today. There also, TD Jakes doesn't want to wait for the court dates and so forth. He wants to expedite. He said, let's get it done right now. I'm so sure of this, and I'm sure he's fuming at this extortion plot that's been built as something else. Correct? So, of course, Larry Reid's going to come out now. He's going to deny any of this happened. I know nothing. I see nothing. Y'all remember Schultz? Schultz was in a show called McHale's Navy, right? He was a German officer, a dum-dum. He would always say, I know nothing. I see nothing. Whatever happened, murders, mayhem, I know nothing. I see nothing. But I would say that Larry Reid is in big trouble. Correct? Now, when I first talked about this thing, and I will continue to talk about it since I've been following the story. I don't just start the story, and then when the story gets into the main court, I abandon the story. No, we're going to discuss the story. It is a legitimate story. Correct? So the last thing we're hearing is TD Jakes is trying to expedite. I don't know all the legal language, the legal mumbo jumbo, correct? But he's petitioning the court to speed it up, make it happen right now. Yes, we know who the co-conspirators are. They don't seem to be that interested in the other 8 or 9 people. Their primary interest is in the person who broadcasts this bullshit, right? And it's participated in the extortion of him. Now, we haven't known why Larry Reid has been after TD Jakes and riding his ass for the last couple of years, and they try to blame it on Carlton Pearson and all that kind of stuff, right? But it looks like it might be a much more simple explanation for this. The simple explanation being that somebody has been extorting money, because it doesn't sound like this is the first time. Y'all seen the story? As far as I can tell, I've only heard anything concerning the story from a friend of his. They have some prejudice, but they also have a legal background, and that's Pam Intellect. So she's the one that's reporting it, even though that is her friend. She's simply reporting the facts. This is what they're charging him with. But Larry Reid said that, people were exaggerating his role in it. He had nothing to do with it. I know nothing. I see nothing, and all that shit, right? But on the whole second part of this complaint, is Larry Reid, Larry Reid, Larry Reid, Larry Reid, or the I think they call him the podcaster. Larry Reid is been exposed as the podcaster. That didn't take a lot of work since he was the one who broadcast this whole situation, correct? What y'all think? Have y'all heard about this yet, or seen it, or have an opinion yet? Hi, dog, lick a cam. God before everything. Sandra. Hi, Alfreda Gross. Is it Nanya? Nanya? Who you giving the finger to, Nanya? They done got on your nerves? Girl, these niggas done got on my nerves, honey. This is pretty serious accusations here, honey. And paperwork is flying because Jake wants to expedite. He is not afraid, honey. You can't just come and do this to me and my family and my church. Right? Those other people over there talking about, oh, we don't know about him. Oh, we don't know. You're trying to ruin some goddamn body for a few fucking dollars. That's what happens when you worship money. For it is the root, money, the root of all evil. It all starts there, honey. And these ones who worship money, strange that they would be all over this lawsuit now. Maybe this is going to be TD Jakes' Hail Mary, honey. This is how he's going to lead ministry. Pow! Blasted the motherfuckers. What's going on, Tracy? The Sparkle Covington, how y'all doing? Tex Coco. I know people, they pick sides and all that kind of stuff, but right is right and wrong is wrong. These people have got to know that this damn dude getting out of prison, this confirmed and convicted child molester getting out of prison, claiming some bullshit ass story. The story didn't even make any sense, y'all. And trying to get somebody to give them $6 million was wrong. Ain't no way around it. You can't talk around it. I don't know this. I don't know. Fuck you. You do know. And this new amendment that they're putting in there now, or whatever they're presenting now, forgive me, I don't know the legal language or legal jargon, but what they're suggesting is that you were a part of the plot all along, and you put it in writing that you were to get a cut from the $6 million. That is essential. Not only is he facing going back to prison, because more than likely Dwayne Youngblood, because of this extortion extent, is going to end up back in prison. Correct? If they can commit, this is an extortion plot. He had gotten out of prison, immediately went and committed felony, trying to extort somebody for this huge amount of money. We know he's probably gone. However, Larry Reid, you're the #1 co-conspirator. Your name is all over it, honey. Right? That's why y'all shouldn't have been over there fucking with Jives when you got your own shit to face. Right? Lord have mercy. It ain't so funny when the rabbit got the gun, baby. So anyway, I guess tonight we're going to hear all of the denial. But this documents that she was reading, it seemed to be pretty thorough. It seemed to be extremely thorough, and they were not holding back that name. They made a point to get a co-conspirator, #1, in the documents, in the request for an expedited hearings. Right? Is that you, Cruiser? What's going on, Cruiser? We just doing what they do. They cover cases, we covering the case, honey. But this is legit. What's wrong with you try to do to that man? It's wrong what you've already done to his reputation. Right? It's wrong. All these queens trying to crucify other queens. I don't know that you're a queen, Bishop Jakes. Forgive me. They come after other people in the church that's supposed to be gay. They gay, all of them. And I guess it lessens their gay by trying to convict somebody else. See, he do it too. He do it too. And look what's happened. Now, Reid's going to have to come over here and ask y'all for $15,000 for the first appearance. He's going to have to ask you for plane fare, and he won't ask you for hotel rooms. We've been through this before with Larry Reid, right? He never accepted responsibility for anything, correct? Then it's going to be 2 days later. Then you got to get another. I need another $20,000 for file these paperwork, and then I need $30,000 for all of this shit, right? To cover up the fact that you're guilty. That's why you're guilty. trying to get money. Although you belong. There's still a mystery. Larry Reid is flying around saying that he is a multi-millionaire. He lives in a big house, which you later found out is owned by Bernard Jordan. He driving around in Rolls Royces and Bentleys, and it's more than likely those cars that are lined up in his driveway are leased, correct? But he says he's extremely rich, right? But when we look at his numbers, when we look at the numbers that he gets on YouTube, Facebook, and wherever else he appears, those numbers don't represent multimillionaires. They just don't. I'm sorry, the numbers are not numbering, honey. If you only getting 5,000 views, 6,000 views, you ain't no multiple millionaire. Not from this. So where the money coming from? Have there been other stunts? Have other people paid off? They're also accusing you, Larry Reid. They're saying that you said that Youngblood was paid money. You claim you've seen all the documents, right? All of these claims against this man, who we haven't seen take any aggressive action towards anybody. It's all about you attacking him. Is this all for $1? Is this all for buy another diamond ring, honey? Is that what it's about? Is this some country boy's dream, honey, of being a millionaire? Is that what this is about? Just to get the money? Who suggested that since Youngblood met T.D. Jakes when he was 19 years old, who suggested that he was abused? Was that your idea, Larry Reid? All that's coming out, honey, because Youngblood's going to be trying to cut a deal, right? And if they can find out the true, what's they call that, when the head of a crime, mastermind, the true mastermind, then the other ones are going to turn that one in, right? Because they want to get less time, particularly when they're on parole. Now, parole only carries a year violation, right? I assume in most states, I know in California, you can only do a year on parole, right? If it's a state case, you can get half time for that. But if you get a new case, they fuck the parole. They can file you with a new case, the case being extortion. You think that man's really going to go back to prison and do it? He did 7 years last time. That means it's going to be at least double that. He's going to go do another 15, 16 years. He's in his 50s already. You think he's going to do all that, child, and leave you out of it? How much do you think the little money you gave him, how far was they going to carry you, honey? No, everybody's going to try to cut a deal. I'm uncomfortable here. Oh, I just got this tea coming in the house. I was at the physical therapist all day. There we go. No, it's just a pillow. It's not a whoopee cushion. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you, LaSparkle Covington. Haircut time. Me and my Squeenie got haircuts on the same day. So I strongly recommend that you go over there to Pam the Intellect. I know the document reading can be monotonous and it's long, but since I was on a bus anyway, it was easy just to listen to the whole thing. It's pretty damning, the documents that she's discussing on today. And that's a friend of his, right? You can imagine a person who was truly non-biased, but that's the thing about their words. I mean, she's not adding words or subtracting words. These things are in the documents. And yes, it is your name, just as we all predicted, Larry Reid. So maybe we shouldn't be worrying about Leandria and her challenges. Maybe we need to be worrying about our own. Okay. Well, you say, was it Tastic T? He's going down. Y'all ain't gonna be around, baby. His whole world's upside down. Time on my hands since you've been away, boy. And I ain't got no plans. No, no, no. Since you've been gone, everything's going wrong. I can't stop these tears from falling from my eyes. Oh, baby, you're going to die. I'm not trying to make fun of that child. We're just trying to tell the truth. Right? Hmm? So yeah, he can time up with attorneys and all that, but wouldn't it be something though if all of this came down to a conspiracy to get money out of TD Jakes, right? He got probably more money than all the rest of them, right? He's involved in billion-dollar deals for housing. He's involved in deals with Wells Fargo. They've affected all of that negotiation probably, but he is probably richer than most of them. Now we know we got all these shysters, these flamboyant people who just get more and more money, got airplanes and all that kind of shit, right? But Jakes is a real pastor. He is a real bishop. He brings a real word, correct? And he's probably the richest because apparently he is a very well-established businessman and involved. And when them niggas see them damn numbers, child, since all the ones involved so far seem to be obsessed with money, correct? Wasn't that Youngblood's business before he went and became a child molester, or while he was being a child molester, child? Wasn't he giving seminars about getting money, ways to do real estate, ways to do everything involved around money, 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 correct? And we know how Larry Reid feels about money. But boy, they are after your ass. So you better be talking to your lawyers night and day. Leandria on the back burner. We're all praying for Leandria. And I'm hoping that she will get clean. And I think I am an example of people who can get clean and sober and never use drugs or alcohol for the rest of their lives. It can happen. Correct? People get to be a certain age. It's one thing to be alcoholic when you're 35. It is a totally different thing to be an alcoholic when you're 70. Right? So there will be a time when she'll be all right, but it's got to be her decision, what she wants to do. You know, damn thing we can say with our hopes and dreams and all that shit, it don't make no damn difference, honey. You're dealing with drug addiction, honey. People have walked away from their children. They have been thrown out of their houses. They have left their wives. People have given up everything. People have gone to prison time and ask me how I know, time and time and time again behind drugs and alcohol. It is a very serious thing, and it can be a very hard thing to kick. Y'all keep saying kick it, quit it, Lord. But did you ever try to turn your sick soul inside out so that the world will watch you die? Mm-hmm. May not be such a bad idea if you never went home again. Right. So I'm hoping for the day. Years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, she had first announced that she was going to rehab and those, and then Larry would say, I met with Leandria, we had talking. She's not drinking as bad as she used to. I confronted him then. I said, that's not right. You don't tell no alcoholic no shit like that, honey. You don't go from being a real alcoholic, which apparently she is, to now I just drink a little bit. Oh, just a little bit on the weekend. No, that doesn't happen with alcoholics, because when they close that door and it's just them in that bottle, honey, you don't know anything about what you're talking about, right? We don't know how God works, when He works, but in my opinion, it's going to come down to faith, honey. You got to believe God's going to bring you through this thing, and He will do it. And we see hundreds and hundreds and thousands of examples of how He's done it, honey. God deliver me. All I see. You can't talk about that damn talent on that woman. In my opinion, Leandria Johnson, that is the best gospel singer out there, in my opinion. Right? So she does good work. We have to acknowledge that. So she has problems, honey. And so she goes off sometimes when she's drunk. You know? So we don't know if it's over for her or not. Y'all know the story. She got busted. She was public intoxication. Public intoxication or open container is when they want to arrest you. They don't have a reason to arrest you except for you're obnoxious and drunk. And if you have an open container, whether the open container is in the car, whether they see something under your seat, wherever, if you're publicly intoxicated and publicly have a container that is open. Now you can walk, I think technically they're on the street with a closed container. You can go to the store and buy a bottle of booze as long as that top is on there. That's how sensitive that law is. As long as the top is on there, right? But usually you have to give them a reason to suspect that the top is not on there. Now, some people get so drunk, they're just walking around, just drinking, all that kind of shit, right? But that's what she's been charged with. Maybe this will be the end, the bottom for her. We don't know, right? We don't know how prayers affect other people, but what else can we do? We just pray. Jesus, the saint. Oh, that's Nikki B. Lord have mercy. Can't be far enough away from that noise. Oh my God! You call my singing noise? Get her, y'all. Get him. Get him in his knees. Hi, Tracy. What's going on, Tracy? Hope for the best for people. And some of the people who you consider to be the throwaways, those are generally speaking are the ones who make it. People who have a little slight drug problem, sometimes they stop and sometimes they don't, whatever, right? But it is the worst alcoholics, the ones who everyone gave up on. Those are the ones who make it. From my experience in 12-step. When you know what you know, then you know. It ain't over till God says it's over. I love her, and I love that talent, honey. That talent. God has to give you that, honey. You can't learn it in school. You can't go to get a degree in it, Jay Wilson. They ain't gonna make no difference. Ain't nobody giving up talents but God. But of course, people are gonna talk shit because she got arrested. You know, they talk shit about you. You got arrested. Any one of us. They came in here and got Timothy Blaine. Oh, hell yeah, they talk about it. Why wouldn't they? It's a one-day story. I mean, you already know that she has this drinking problem. It's come out of her own mouth, right? We've seen court documents and all that kind of shit, right? So nothing is really new about it. Hi, Moonbeam Child. You haven't caught no lives. Why you ain't caught no lives, girl? Good to see you with your red hair. So, sister number one show. I ain't speaking to you, Nikki B. What you say? My singing is trash. Have I ever thought of making peace with Jay Wilson? Yeah, I like to take one of these damn wine bottles. Here's your piece, nigga. Bam, motherfucker. Oh, what was that for? Straighten up shot. Make up a jail. Girl, I wish the hell I would. Boy, I wish the hell I would. Man, I wish the hell I would. Oh, you got a new job, Moonbeam? Well, that's important too, baby. That coin is important. We just don't love our coin, right? It's all right to use the coin, let the coin, but it's when you love it. That's when you get in trouble, honey. That is the root. For it is the keyword love. It ain't say, the scripture didn't say that it was money that was the root of all evil. It was the love of money, the obsession with money. These people who's taking over the damn White House because I guess they ain't got enough money. They don't. 400 billion is not enough. They need more billions. A lot of evil things are going to occur. Sorry. It is water. I'm talking. I would hit him in here with a wine bottle or something for his makeup shot. Backstabbers, what they do? They smiling in your face all the time. They want to take my place. The backstabbers, I keep getting all these visits from my friends, yeah, what they doing? They come to my house again and again and again. Somebody's out to take my squeenie. I don't even be home, but they just keep on coming. What can I do? Get on the right track. I wish they'd take some of these knives out my back. Are you still there, baby? Okay, he's right here with me. Mm-hmm. What's going on, Tracy? Y'all talking about a gift and a curse podcast. Hi, a gift. What's all this red hair, child? Y'all are doing it with the red hair, baby. Moonbeam got the red. Uh-huh. A gift and a curse podcast doing red. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Mari, for the super chat. Come over to St. James and jump on the panel in a few minutes. Oh, is he live right now? Or is he gonna? I heard him earlier. Is he live right now? Yeah, I'll be over there in a minute. I like talking to somebody got some sense. Mm-hmm. Make it stop. I'm gonna dedicate my new track to you, Dickie B. I'm gonna say, here's to the homie. Turn the volume way up too. The way it hits that soul when you're in the car. Red-headed chicks. Red, blonde, all kinds of things, baby. All kinds of hair. He's live now. Well, I can't disappoint my followers now by going over there. The problem is sometimes when you go over, they're already through talking by the time you get over there, you know. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know about St. James. Everybody don't know about everybody, honey. Somebody. Right. It kind of tickled me because I know Pam and Larry are friends, but yet when she's reading these documents, she can't help but thinking, you know, right? Because she recognizes what kind of trouble that boy is in. And his stance is always the same thing. He denies everything. Anything. I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. That's his view. I guess it's all what everybody starts off with. Total denial. Then they're lying ass lawyers. They come out that they're paid to even, they're professional liars. They put too much on being a liar, a lawyer, because that's what they are. They're liars. They know the motherfucker's guilty. Mm-hmm. Spin. You started calling them spin doctors. Just spin it, baby. Make me sound not so bad. They aren't friends. I thought they were. They in there with that other ones. They can't stand each other. Who? There's a certain name I don't want to use here, so I don't want to get involved. But people who, I'm not with these people who threaten people. I'm not with any of these doctors. I've written 3 books about these doctors. I can't stand them, girl. So I only want to discuss some people over there. But I consider her more of a person who is just doing a legal review. A legal review is slightly different than a church review. Okay. They are cordial. Okay. Sorry, I'm late. Has he been named in the? Well, the legal person read long documents today, suggesting that TD Jakes is trying to expedite the case, and they're naming co-defendant number 1, and they're making many references in the story about the podcast that started all this stuff, this interview where he accuses TD Jakes, right? And TD Jakes has decided to fight back. What's else he gonna do? Just hand over $6 million? Baby, listen, blackmailers, they never stop. What's one of these damn books I wrote about? Blackmailer. They never stop, because after they done went through the 6 million, when you divided it up between all of the co-conspirators, and they're broke again, they come back to you because they have the same information they had initially. So you got to fight. particularly when you got to tell the truth. Tell the truth. Yes, a legal review. Mhm. You wanted to break the sound barrier, Alfreda? Oh, okay. She is paralegal. They write the motion. I thought she was an attorney. Well, I don't know. Pam she seems fine to me. That's where some of my cases start. If I get the information, there's only a few people you can actually trust is going to give you true information, at least a place of starting. Then you can follow the story if you want to or not. But tonight she was just reading the documents, honey. It does not look good for Larry Reid. Now he's able to hire legal teams and so forth. I doubt that he can hire the kind of legal teams that Jakes can hire if it comes down to that, and if it comes down to who's telling the truth. But the way it was presented today, it definitely sounds like there was a conspiracy. So is another charge of conspiracy going to be added? A conspiracy all along to go after TD Jakes. Hardly anything was mentioned about the true victims, the 50-year-old, 14-year-old kids that have been molested. They were the real victims. They're the ones that threw his ass in prison. They aren't interested in that. They're interested in somebody pulling somebody close to them and attempted to kiss me on my mouth. Well, how you know he was aiming for your mouth? How did that go down? That's what they're going to do in court. How did it go exactly? Okay, you were standing on the right side. Okay, so you said you stood up from the table, and then he stood up from the table. Was this at the same time? Was there a delay from the time he stood up or you stood up? Okay, and then he approached you. He approached you. Was this to hug you? Is this uncommon in your church atmosphere to hug people, particularly when you just finished an event? Okay, so you say he attempted to kiss you in your mouth. So here you're still at the table, right? Or you're at the side of the table where you both walked around towards the door, and now he praised his hand. He held me tight. No, he didn't say he held him tight. What did he say? I don't know, put himself on him, whatever. And he attempted to kiss you in your mouth. Now, why would a respected minister or traveling minister, I don't know what he was at the time, attempt to do that with all of these witnesses here? Certainly, if he was in the closet, he would not be trying to draw that kind of attention to himself where he's kissing 19-year-olds at the buffet. That's what's going to happen to Youngblood. They're going to eviscerate his ass. Understand, right? And at some point, they're going to come at him with a deal, right? Because more than likely, Jakes is going to express, well, this is the person who has been following me and stalking me, and this is the person who seemed to have some vendetta against me, correct? Is this person, to what extent is this person involved? And that's when the shit's going to start. Girl, they're going to be like them songbirds. Everybody going to start singing, including this shyster's lawyers, who's getting a lot of the wrong kind of attention. Once they realize that he ain't nothing but a crook, people are going to stop engaging him. Be quiet, please. Be quiet. All right, people. I just came to bring you that news. I suggest that you go over there, watch Pam Intellect if you want to get the update on the story. I don't think we're chasing down the story, nothing like that. But whenever there's significant news, we will come and we will talk about it, right? So I'm gonna go and see if I can get over here with St. James and talk to y'all later. Okay, later, people.